Hey, welcome back. What I want to do is quickly give you a breakdown of what we're going to be doing for the duration of this tutorial. This is going to be a pretty long training session. It's going to be broken up into several different projects. We're going to be working on 4 different projects, and they're all going to cover different aspects of not the render tree, but different aspects when it comes to the approach to making shaders and materials. For example, in one scene, we're going to be working on shaders and materials that pertain to making things look dirty, grimy. We're going to be using texture layers also and I'm going to show you how to use the texture layers in XSI to create things like decals and stains on floors and things like that. We're also going to be looking at how to use the Mental Ray architectural shaders so that we can see how to use these physically accurate photorealistic shaders to create nice, clean, uh, crisp renders of scenes that are supposed to look realistic. These are useful for doing architectural visualization, design visualization, and things like that. Those types of materials and renders, things that have to be nice and clean. We're also going to be looking at how to set up shaders for subsurface scattering by simply working with a project, working with a little creature that I created for this tutorial that we're going to go ahead and put some subsurface scattering shaders onto. And you're going to get to learn how to use the subsurface scattering shader to create realistic creatures and skin and those kinds of things that need some kind of special shader to achieve. And fortunately, XSI is integrated with Mental Ray, when Mental Ray has some awesome shaders that can be exploited and used to create all these different types of objects and different types of effects and things. And one of those special effects or special objects we're going to look at is the process of subsurface scattering, which can be used to create things like wax candles, human skin, monsters, things like that. Things that are supposed to look fleshy and uh, and have some sort of light transmission through their surface. We're also going to be looking at how to use different shaders. Ambient occlusion is one of them. We're also going to be looking at how to use displacement, bump maps, specular maps, and all kinds of different things to get things looking the way that we want them to look. And it's all going to be broken up into 4 different projects. By the time this whole tutorial is done, you're going to be pretty much either an intermediate or a pro with the render tree. You're really going to know how to work your way around the render tree. You're really going to know how to manipulate it and pretty much exploit it and use it to your advantage. You're going to get to see the scope of the render tree, how big these shader networks can get, and how to control them and not allow them to control you, so that you can complete your projects and get materials and shaders to look the way you need them to look. So in the next video, we're going to start the first project and we're going to get going in the render tree. We're going to hit the ground running. We're not going to waste too much time. We're going to get our hands dirty, dig in there, and start working with the render tree and start to get these projects done so that you can learn how to use the render tree and start working on your own projects and get moving with your own shader networks. Okay, so join me in the next video where we'll get started and you'll get to see firsthand how the render tree works and how you can make it work for you. So I look forward to seeing you there.